how are you doing? I am hoping that you can hear me okay, and it's a little bit windier than I'd expected it to be. So today's video is all about food with high pre-drive dogs. Do you find it really hard to reward your dog with food? Do dog trainers like me tell you that you should be using high value food, but when you're out you can bring roast steak or roast lamb or cheese or anything at all and your dog will ignore you because they are far more interested in whatever wildlife there is around? Is that an experience that you have? It's certainly an experience that a lot of people have told me about. And here's the thing, you will never be more interesting to your dog than the wildlife, never in a million years. But that doesn't mean you can't use food, even if you've currently got a dog who actually won't eat, because a lot of high prey drive dogs won't eat as soon as they leave the house. It's really common, and there are things that you can do about it. So I'm going to give you a little bit of information about how to make that happen. Now, why would that matter? Why does it matter if you can use food to reward your dog or not? That's the other thing. Why would you bother putting the effort in? Well, you'd put the effort in because eating, if you can get your dog to eat, it will help to lower their arousal levels, and that will mean there is less chance that they'll go off and do something that you would rather they didn't do. So that's thing number one. Food's easy to carry with you, it's easy to have on you, and if you can help your dog learn that food is something of interest to them while they're out, then it's a really nice way. It gives you lots and lots of different ways of engaging with your dog while you're outside somewhere exciting. And that is important. And the other thing is using patterns, getting patterns of feeding can really help dogs if you are in a difficult situation and you want to get out of it. So if you've got, say, a big heavy dog and a deer has just run across your path and you're really struggling to manage your dog, then if you've already taught your dog a good pattern using food, then it can help you to get out of that spot. I'm not going to talk about patterns in this video, but I will do another one where I do talk about patterns at some point. So really nice way of raising the value of food for your high prey drive dog is to start to make eating something that they do before they go and do something exciting. So start in the house, don't start outside. Do not make it hard on yourself. If you've got a dog who won't eat when you leave the house, then make this easy on yourself. Start off, get ready, get something super tasty like cheese or roast meat. Give your dog a piece. Then immediately get out a toy and play with them if they like to play with a toy, or let them chase you around the house. Do whatever it is that your dog finds fun. But the important thing is that they eat the piece of food first, and then immediately after that you have the game with them. So that way what they will start to learn is that eating predicts something good happening, and that on its own will make food much more valuable to them. So I will show you a little bit of video footage of me doing this out here with little Wren. Now I am in the middle of a forest. She's a very scenty dog, and what she really wants to do more than anything is run around and follow her nose. So what I am doing is getting her to eat and then releasing her to go and run around and follow her nose. And I also sometimes, depending on where I am, how much scent there is around, I can also sometimes do it with a toy, so I can get her to eat a piece of food and then release her to go and get a toy. And that was where I started with it. When she was a tiny puppy, she wasn't a very robust eater, and when she was a tiny puppy what she started to do was, if I'd put a toy out for her to find and retrieve, and I offered her food, she started to turn her head away, and that was when I knew that I had to really work on helping her understand that eating is a good thing, even if there's something exciting around, because I am walking her in places where I've got nothing really to compete with the environment. So I need her, ideally, to see me as something valuable here, and a good way of doing that is if she really likes to eat and also really likes to do games with toys. But I do find food more versatile than toys on the whole, because I can use it to help lower her arousal levels, which is often what I want to do, because she's fast to get very highly aroused, and playing with toys often just adds to that. So, and here's a couple of little things to watch out for if you've got a dog like mine and food is always going to be a little bit sugary, so not as reliable as with some dogs who are just obsessed with it. If you're using food is always going to be something that could fall apart with your dog, then be super careful about how you use food in general. So I would avoid ever luring your dog into something difficult using food, and things as well like, you know, putting them in the bath and putting one of those toys that they can lick. If they hate having baths, putting one of those toys that they can lick on the bath, because it's likely that they won't be fully focused on the food anyway if they hate having a bath. And also what can really happen is that you start to make food predict bad things, and that is not what you want in a dog where you're already struggling to get them to eat. So food must always be a predictor of good things happening for dogs like ours, not ever a predictor of something unpleasant coming. Okay, and that's all I want to say about food. It's a huge subject, it is a much bigger subject, but I just wanted to make a quick video to help you out a little bit, because I know how challenging it is to take dogs with a high prey drive on something simple that most people do every day, like a walk. Most people do without even thinking about. I know that for us, that's a different thing. For people with a dog with a high prey drive, it's not simple. So hopefully this little video helps. Thanks for watching, bye for now. Go. Yay! It's so clever. Sit. Go. Good. Yay!